Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. In today's video, I am going to be sharing my week 3 check-in for the month of June. Week 3 budget check-in. So where we're at right now is we started this month at a month ahead, which means our bank account was fully funded to pay all of our expenses for this month. So we've been going through week to week and checking in and making sure that we're staying on track, and that's what we're gonna do today. I will also be doing a Q&A section at the end of this video, so I hope you will stick around for that because that's always so much fun. Okay, let's jump in and take a look at the budget. Okay, so let's start this week by taking a look at where we spent our money, starting with debt. We had one debt payment to loan number 2 for $142. Loan number 2 is a debt consolidation loan. Okay, next up is bills. We had our city bill come out for $291. This covers our water for our house and our electricity. We also had Alliant Energy come out this week, and that was for gas for our house. Okay, next up is food. We had a couple of grocery trips this week. First of all, we went to Sam's Club where we spent $100. And then I did have to pick up a few things from Walmart that I couldn't get at Sam's, and that was $26. Okay, next up is gas. We did get gas this week and we ended up spending $31 on that. Okay, moving on to miscellaneous. We actually had several miscellaneous items this week. We had an $8 item on the 20th, but it's full, so I'm gonna just put it here on the 21st. Then we also spent an extra $22 that day as well. And then we spent $11 on the 21st. I'll just put it over here. It's a bunch of little things. Okay, and that's it. We did our spending money, our sinking funds, and at the beginning of the month, we cash envelope stuffed those this first week. And then we're doing our savings at the end of the month. So I don't have anything for those categories this week. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the worksheets and see what we budgeted versus what we actually spent. So this week for our fixed expenses, we had Ames come out. We budgeted $291, and that's exactly the amount that we spent. Let's see, we had Alliant come out. We went a little bit above. Yep, it was $43 and we budgeted $40. So we're a little bit above budget there. And that was it. Okay, moving over here to our, so we have two budgets. This first budget are all the expenses that we cover with David's paycheck. He's paid once a month at the beginning of the month, and he has a fixed income. So we use his income to cover most of our fixed expenses. And then over here for most of our variable expenses, we use my income. So my income is variable. I'm paid week to week, but we are currently a month ahead. So what that means is last month we were able to save up $18.72 to cover these expenses this month. So we already did our sinking funds at the beginning of the month. We did those. They were cash envelopes. We've already had a couple of loan number 2 payments come out this month, and this week we had another one come out. It comes out automatically from our bank account, and it is a fixed amount of $142. Coming down here to food, gas, and miscellaneous, we're going to do that together on another sheet. We're tracking as we go through the month. And spending, we already did that at the first week of the month as a cash envelope. Okay, so moving on to taking a close, so let's take a close at those variable expenses, food, gas, and miscellaneous. So this week for food, we started with $375 in our bank account that was earmarked for food. This week we ended up spending, I think it was like $126. Let's see, yep, we spent $126 on food. So let's see how much we have left to spend on food for next week. So $249, is that right? Wow, Wow, that's awesome. That's really good for us. So we have one more week of food shopping this month and we have that much available. That's awesome. For gas, we started the week with $44 earmarked in our account. We ended up spending $31 on gas. So how much do we have left for gas this month? $13. And then moving down to miscellaneous. So we started with $71 this week. And how much we spend? We ended up spending a total of $41. So that leaves us with $30. So we had $4.90 to start with. Let's see how much we spent. Okay, so we had $4.90, we spent $1.98, so we should have $2.92 left. I'm going to add this together to make sure that equals $2.92. Yes. Okay, so pretty good. Okay, so that is it for this week's check-in. I am going to answer some viewers' questions, so if you want to stick around and hear the answers to those questions, go ahead and stick around for that. But if you are logging off here, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again next time. Okay, so these first set of questions is coming from last week's budget check-in video. I'm going to start with that. The way I do it, just a second.
So now we have...
Okay, so the way I do it is I go back to the comment section right now. I'm in camera with you, and I look for question, the word question, at the beginning of your comment. And then if you have a question, I go ahead and read it and I answer it out loud. Sometimes people ask a question, but they forget to write questions, so I miss it. And I'm sorry if that happens. It's not on purpose. Okay, so this first one is a question or slash suggestion from Christine Wallace. You mentioned possibly taking suggestions for sticker patterns. For the fall, consider these two ideas. 1, a pattern inspired by the setting sun. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. And 2, one inspired by the colors and patterns on the wing of a monarch butterfly. Oh, I love that idea. I love your channel and David's designs. You are so motivating to many of us. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Christine. Great ideas. I love both of them. Okay, so this next question is from Joanna Collier 86. Question or a suggestion. I use the 5th week paycheck for Christmas. There are 4 weeks a year and this takes care of Christmas. Some people call this a bonus week. Love your videos. You are so real and honest. Thanks, Joanne from Alabama. Ooh, I love it. I have someone from Alabama watching me. Okay, so that's a neat idea. I haven't heard of anyone else who's done that. That's a really cool idea. That 5th week, you know, because for some people it's just like extra money. They don't have extra expenses at that time, so that's cool. Okay, so this next suggestion comes from Paula Kathleen Duff, another Iowan with a suggestion. Hawkeye is a program through the state that Logan would still qualify for even though you are over income for Medicaid. So last week I talked about how Logan and I were dropped from Medicaid. We are no longer qualified. I make too much money. So she's talking about a program that's not Medicaid, but it's still supplemented. I always forget the income guidelines. The application is supposed to be kicked automatically to Hawkeye for kiddos who are declined for Medicaid, but we all know how the state program can be. So it would be beneficial to call and ask about it, or just fill out a paper application, but don't answer all the questions. Literally just write on the paper, we are over income for Medicaid. I want to apply for Hawkeye for our minor child. We definitely qualify with 3 higher wages, but we also have 3 kiddos, so we are a larger household. You will still need something for yourself, but Logan will be 100% covered. It is the same or similar coverage to Medicaid, and there's a small premium based on your income, like $10 or $20. But they have been off the table since March 2020, so I absolutely don't remember all the details. Okay, so Logan qualified for Hawkeye. So thank you to everyone who suggested that I look into like an alternative program for Logan. I'm still working on something for me, but Logan is covered. So at this point in time, as far as healthcare goes, or health coverage goes, all of my boys are covered. David through his employer, Jacob qualified for Medicaid because he is an adult and his income is low enough. And now Logan is covered by Hawkeye, and our premium is only $10 a month for him. And so now I just have to work on me. Okay, this next question is from Jennifer Vega 7892. Question, can you guys be added to David's health plan as a family? Most employers have this option. I got nervous when you didn't have a video this weekend. Glad all is well, love your videos. Thank you, Jennifer. So, yeah, last weekend I was so busy, so that's why I didn't have as many videos up last weekend. But as far as David's health coverage goes, he can add us to his health care, but he makes, was it 20, he brings home like 21, 28, I think is what he brings home. And to cover Logan and I would be $1,800 a month under his plan. So that, you know, if you do the math, he's not bringing home hardly anything after covering us for healthcare coverage. So it's just it's not a viable option for us at this time. Okay, so this next question is from FamilyZoo4412. Have you ever considered doing velocity banking? I recently ran across a YouTube channel, Fantastic, who was explaining what it is and how it works. It helps you pay down your debt quicker, but in a non-restrictive way. She had tons of examples she was sharing in her videos. It's really intriguing, and your family may try it soon to see how it works out. I'm not affiliated with her channel, just randomly found it. So I actually, her videos have been coming up like suggested for me to watch too, so I have watched a few of them. I don't think velocity banking is gonna personally work for me. It seems to work best for people who have credit card debt. So if I had credit card debt, it might be something that I could look into. But, and also people can do stuff with their mortgage for velocity banking. But the whole idea is you take all of your income, you pay off your credit card debt as much as you can. Take all your income, put it towards your credit card debt for that month, and then you use your credit card to pay for your monthly bills. And the reason why it will help you pay off your credit card debt faster is because you won't be paying interest, or you'll be paying less interest each month by paying off your card aggressively every month and then adding back to it. But like I said, it's a credit card issue, and I don't have a credit card, so I'm not too, like, I didn't look that much into it because it's not something that would even work for my family right now. Okay, so this next question is from Eclectic Rhapsody 8693. Are you eligible for a reduction in your internet costs since you homeschool? I believe some states subsidize internet providers for homeschooling. So I haven't heard of that, so I'll have to look into it and let you know. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard of that. So this next question is from Savvy Sisu Claudia. How do you keep your motivation in budgeting? So a couple things. One, for me, I just find budgeting really fun. Like, even before I shared it on YouTube, I always have enjoyed budgets and budgeting and playing with numbers and trying different scenarios. So it's just something I just intrinsically find fun to do. But also getting to share it online with you guys is also very motivating to keep me on track. Okay, this next question is from Trisha Jones 7604. Question, will you do a printable version of your sticker sets? I love your products, but the cost of shipping to the UK makes it out of my budget. So I have been asked this many times, and here's the deal. What I use to cut my stickers is this very special machine. Costs over $6,000, and not very many people have this machine at home and can cut stickers. So like my designs wouldn't work for them. Back when I designed on a silhouette, it made more sense for me to sell those as printable options because people had silhouettes at home and they could use their silhouettes to cut the stickers. So if I were to sell you my stickers, you wouldn't be able to cut them at home, and that's why I'm not doing that. That's the main reason, but also I don't use all of our original artwork. I also use artwork by other artists, and there's a lot of restrictions on how you can sell the products that you make with their artwork. And anyway, so there's a whole bunch of things to like problems I would run into that I'd rather avoid at this time. Okay, so this next question is super fun. It's from AY Evans 8584. Is the painting on the wall, this one here I'm assuming, one of David's work? It's an intriguing piece. Do you know if there's particular inspiration behind it? So actually, it is not by David, it's by my brother. My brother is also an artist. I'm so proud of my brother. So he has his undergraduate degree is in art from Iowa State University. And then he has a master's in education from Point Loma in San Diego. And then he has a second master's in art something from Harvard. And he's also like, he makes his own art too on top of being an art educator. He is in charge of a whole county of art teachers in the Northeast where he lives. So I'm very proud of him. He's done very well. So this particular piece of art was part of a series that he did when he was in college. So over 20 years ago, he did a series of oil paintings, big oil paintings like that, of angels. This particular angel is Gabriel, the fallen angel, so that's why he's fallen there. And those pink things that look like a sheet or a blanket are actually his wings. So I know sometimes when I'm watching my videos, I think, oh, it looks like there's a naked man on my wall. He's not a naked man. Well, I mean, he is naked, but there's no like gender parts showing. And he's actually an angel. He's not a man. So also too, I have some more artwork by Christopher, my brother Christopher, right here. Just a couple more pieces that he's done more recently. This was during the pandemic. He was teaching his teachers, like the beginning of the pandemic, if your kids are stuck at home, what kind of art supplies might they have? So those are actually like the inside of boxes, like cereal boxes, and he just used black and white on them to create art. So it's just one example of how you can help your students create art at home when they had limited resources during the pandemic. Okay, so that's a super fun question. Okay, so this next question is from GM Hernandez. What are you doing for retirement, and best of luck? So I was a teacher for 20 years and I have a retirement fund through that. I can't start drawing on it until I'm 55. If I want to start drawing on it, I can start then. But if I wait till I'm 62, then I'll get more per month. So that's my plan right now. But even with that retirement fund, I'm thinking that I'll probably have to supplement it in some way. So I think I'll probably always like have some sort of side hustle going on is my thought. Okay, moving on to the next video, the cash envelope stuffing video for this week. Let's see if there's any questions there. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Okay, this question is from Budget with Mama Bear. Yay for being a month ahead. How do you track the other bills that your hubby pays so you are a month ahead there too? So the way that David is paid, he is paid once a month at the beginning of the month, and then we use that money to cover all of our fixed expenses. So my pay, we save up the month before so I can pay myself at the beginning of the month as well and have all of that. I was actually inspired to do mine that way based on the way we did David's, because I love at the beginning of the month that we have his income, we have all of his income, and we know what expenses it's going to cover. And then we track it on that little worksheet that you saw in the workbook. Okay, that was it for questions on that video. And then we also had some questions from my vlog that came out yesterday. So let me check that real quick. Okay, so this question is from Ray Dana Designs. The patterns you and David designed are so nice. Will you be using them to make stickers for your sticker shop too? Yes, actually I've already used a couple of the patterns for stickers that I've made, and I will use some of them. I probably won't use all the patterns we make because we're trying to make patterns that like everybody would like, or that a variety of people would like, variety of buyers, and they're not all like things that I would like to use to make my own stickers with. So I'll be using some of our patterns, but not all of them. Okay, so this next question is from Midwest Twin Mama. How are you not exhausted at the end of every day? LOL. You are such a dedicated mom, wife, and businesswoman. Knocking it out of the park. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am. I am totally exhausted at the end of every day. It is funny. Like, I go to bed so early. I go to bed at 9, and I try to stay up and read a little bit, but I usually fall asleep very, very quickly after going to bed. Okay, friends, that is it for this week's video. Don't forget that if you want to ask a question for me to answer in next week's video, make sure that you put question at the beginning of your comment. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye, everyone.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.